if they wanted to give him a statue, I'd be fine with that. But if Lakers fans, but Lakers fans are real greedy. Okay, you got this in the bubble championship, but when are you going to give us another? It's always that. So yeah, that's the question, right? Like, is LeBron James worthy of a statue outside of the Lakers arena? Right now, there's 6 Lakers with statues outside the arena. That's Elgin Baylor, 14 seasons, 10-time NBA first team. Jerry West. You got Shaq, Kareem, Magic, and Chick Hearn. He's a long-time announcer for the Lakers. You think he's deserving of it?
Antoine, we'll start with you.
I think he's deserving one in Cleveland. I just think that's where the statue should be at. Drafted there, his hometown, brought championships there. So I think it should be in Cleveland more so than L.A. And I do and not to take anything away from a championship, but the bubble championship, it's got asterisks by it. So we don't necessarily know it wasn't a full season, a full grind. So it depends on how you look at that. But I would love to see LeBron's statue in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'd say that makes more sense, right?
Does Kobe Bryant have a statue?
He does not.
Oh, okay, so there you go.
Well, he's going to have a statue though.
But he doesn't. So there you go. Like, this is, and then on top of that, like, Shaq's quote was a contradiction, because in one sentence he says, I wouldn't be mad if they gave him one.
Right.
And then at the end of the sentence he basically says, but he hasn't really done anything.
Yeah.
So what have you done for me? It's like, okay, so if he hasn't really done anything in his tenure as a Laker, because there's that whole narrative surrounding the bubble championship, and you're acknowledging that in this quote, what has he done to get a statue outside of Staples Center, or what was once the Staples Center, amongst all those players? We're talking Shaq, Kareem, Magic. Like, what has LeBron done in that retrospect that he would get a statue outside of that arena? Like, let's take away the fandom and being Team LeBron and that's your GOAT. Cool, whatever. Look at the guys who have a statue and their resume and their list of accomplishments as a Los Angeles Laker, and then look at LeBron. Like, let's be for real.
So I'll say this. I was going to say he doesn't deserve it, but I'm going to change my approach here. LeBron James gets a statue outside of the Staples Center if he wins one more. I do believe the bar was set high by the guys that you named: Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and the all-time great broadcaster Kobe Bryant. It's just a matter of time. I don't know. They're probably in the shop right now, molding and shaping a Kobe Bryant statue. Like, that's going to happen. Twan, I do think that you're right. Like, it's when you think about LeBron James, what he did for Cleveland, bringing their first championship, it makes more sense there. The Heat will never allow that to happen. I don't know what happened between LeBron James and Pat Riley. Maybe you can give us a little inside information there, but it doesn't seem like Pat Riley and LeBron has the best relationship. I just saw D-Wade on Club Shay Shay, and he talked a little bit about that, and then they just glanced over it and moved forward. But when you look at the numbers here, LeBron James, it's not like he has this phenomenal record with the Lakers, and he hasn't been there for a long time. 163 wins, 115 losses, one championship. Yeah. Shaq, 377 wins, 137 losses. But he won 3 championships, 2000, 2001, 2002. Kareem and Magic, pretty much the same type of career, right? They were with the Lakers for a very long time, and they won 5 championships, 80, 82, 85, 87, and 88. Jerry West won 1, but he started his career there and pretty much ended his career there. He is the logo, right? He got there in 72. The difference is between LeBron and Jerry is Jerry was drafted there. Jerry started there. Jerry was one of the first faces there in this new era, the second era. And then Elgin Baylor, 0 championships, but he was there 14 years, okay? And he was the face for so long. There's guys that paved the way for the guys like the Magics and the Jerry Wests of the world. So I would say this, LeBron James, if he wins one more, I think he's deserving of it because
disagree.
because he's in that same category as like a Jerry West,
No.
Michael Jordan, like what he's done for basketball, this new era in basketball. That's just,
We're not talking about a statue in front of the Hall of Fame. We're talking about a statue in front of what was the Staples Center. Like, I have to disagree with that. I mean, and I'm surprised Shaq even said he wouldn't be mad if LeBron got a statue. I mean, we're not negating what LeBron means to the sport of the NBA, but the Staples Center, or what was once the Staples Center, isn't the NBA. It's about the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm sorry, LeBron forcing his way to LA to put himself in a better situation to win a championship and all his other business endeavors. I'm not knocking that, but that doesn't make you a lifetime Laker. That doesn't make you part of Lakers history. And I know people will say, well, he broke the scoring record. Yeah, but he didn't break the scoring record with a tenure only having to do with the Lakers. That was across his entire career with multiple teams. Having a statue in front of an arena means that you are cemented in that team's history for an extended period of time. You mentioned Kareem and Magic and Shaq. I mean, those are Lakers. Those are guys who will be cemented in Lakers history forever. I think that when it's all said and done and you think about LeBron James, you will think about Cleveland. You're not going to think about LeBron the Laker. You're not even going to really think about LeBron the Heat player. You're going to always think about LeBron, the kid from Akron, Cleveland, and that's okay. I just think a statue is a sacred thing, and it should go to players who have done so much for an organization over an extended period of time. And when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron does not fit that criteria.
Fair enough.
Antoine, you have anything there?
No, that was well said by Ash. I believe that too. I think, obviously LeBron was, signed as a free agent. He wasn't drafted there. Doesn't have the same, the same feel, when we, especially, so the fans, then the community, they see you, watch you grow up and watch you play and watch you develop into this champion. Where in Cleveland, they saw that. You got to think about, I think his statue should be in Cleveland. I think Cleveland should come back and put him in Cleveland. Send a kid, grow up, high school, won a championship in your hometown. So I think LeBron should go to Cleveland. It would be a no-brainer for Cleveland to call him back and to put a statue in front of the arena.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure the name of the arena.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with that 100%.
That's the best thing to do.
So I just Googled Los Angeles Lakers season by season recap. The reason why I Googled that, because I want to see the records, over the years. So when you look at when LeBron's been there, what, 5 years or is it 6?
Since 2018, so
like five
years.
like 5.5,
Okay. Yeah.
five
Okay,
and some
great.
change.
So do we remember what the energy and what was happening around this team before LeBron got there? Do you remember what was going on? Was it like 7-8 years? They didn't even make the postseason? Am I off there? Woo, can you help me out here?
Yeah,
Fact check this. Like the Lakers were at the bottom of the barrel. Even with, it was Kobe was there. He was aging. But they weren't any good. So you mean to tell me LeBron comes in and he plays there, let's say he ends his career there, so let's say 8 years, and he delivers 2 championships, he can't be in consideration for a statue?
Because for what Twan is saying, and what Twan and I are saying, and he made a good point, you got there in free agency. You reviving a franchise that was going through a dry spell after winning multiple championships and being a powerhouse in the NBA consistently, and delivering a championship in a very infamous setting. And I'm not taking it away from him.
I'm with you on that.
They didn't even have
I'm with you guys on that,
They didn't even
though.
have a parade for that championship, Brandon. Put that
No
into
parade in they
perspective.
city?
They never had a parade
Because
for that
we were in the
championship.
pandemic still.
They said they were going to do it once the world opened up, and it was forgotten about. Like, there were other teams who won in the pandemic. And when I say pandemic, I'm not negating the pandemic. I'm saying there was a year that it was a semi-pandemic, whatever, that had championship parades. Like, what I'm saying is I'm not taking away the championship. I'm not taking away the revival of the Lakers with LeBron being present. I'm simply saying that does not equal a statue in front of what was once the Staples Center. That is a sacred thing, and LeBron does not fit that criteria. It belongs in Cleveland. His jersey should be hung in the rafters in Cleveland. He is Cleveland. He is the kid from Akron. That is where your legacy is, and that is where you deserve your statue. It doesn't belong in LA.
What if he wins 2 more?
It doesn't belong in LA.
What if he wins 2 more?
Two.
I was just gonna say that to answer what you were saying. In between that time, it was Kobe and then LeBron. They weren't a 500 team, and they averaged 45 or more losses every season.
So,
Come on.
That's crazy.
Come on. Y'all got
Carmelo revived the Knicks after.
No, he did not
Should we
revive
give him
the Knicks.
Yeah, he did. When Carmelo got to the Knicks, everyone started talking about us again. We went to the playoffs.
How many times y'all go to the playoffs?
We had multiple winning seasons.
Doing
We
too
never won a chip. But should we give him a statue in front of Madison
It's a
Square Garden?
different-
Think about what you're saying.
You can't even compare. Hey, listen, I'll say this. You got me with the Jeremy Lin thing. Good job, Ashley. And then the social media team, y'all cut up it so perfectly.
Oh my God!
But
think about what you are saying, Brandon. Think about the play.
LeBron he went to the championship and won it with the Lakers. You can't compare them to.
And I'm not taking away the bubble. I'm not going to be that person. But you know that there's a lot of conversation about the bubble.
That's true.
Okay, there's a lot of people who discredit
Just
that
say it.
championship. I'm not one of those people. I think a ring is a ring is a ring. But there are people who discredit it. I'm simply saying you have to look at the people who have a statue. You have to look at the players who don't have one. Rest in peace, Kobe Bean Bryant. LeBron does not fit that criteria of what those Lakers have meant. He doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can't have a statue Should KD get a statue in front of the Chase Center?
Which one's the chasing the Golden
Where the Golden
Warriors?
State Warriors play. He gave them 2 championships.
No.
That's my point.
Because he had Clay.
Oh my
he
God.
had Steph. LeBron went there. Think about the run before LeBron got there. We're talking about 8 years. Did you say it was 8 years?
No, 6.
6 years. The bottom of the barrel.
Who cares?
That's a big deal.
It happens.
They couldn't even sell. They was giving away courtside.
Should they retire Katie's jersey with the war? Like, what are we saying? Like,
let me say this then, because y'all not gonna chop me up and put me on social media again, turn me into another me. Hey Antoine, let me ask you this question. Should we consider the NBA world putting an Antoine Walker statue outside of the Basketball Hall of Fame? Because, Twan, fun fact, guys, I don't know how many guys have been able to accomplish this feat. Antoine Walker, Mr. Shimmy himself, is one of very few that's won a championship at all levels. Little League, high school, college, University of Kentucky, and the NBA. Should we consider it, NBA world?
To be exact, I think it's probably like 50 of us that have done that.
That's a big deal.
That's crazy.
It's like 50 of us. I don't know the exact number. It's around there. You can look it up. That won that. But no, that holds some weight.
A lot of weight.
I think it does.
I'm sorry.
I like for my personal, I like to have that in argument conversation. We over dinner. I'm around the guys. I love that.
Maybe like a hall. Maybe like a specific hall in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know how you know what I'm saying? Of all the jerseys of players who've done it and call it like the Ultimate Winners Hall or something like that.
True Champions or something.
Like that.
Yeah.
True Champions.
But we
True
can't,
Champions Tunnel.
Yeah, something. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Champions Tunnel or something like that. That would be
Tunnel
cool.
of Champions. No,
Okay.
Tunnel.
True.
True.
What is that different from a fake
small,
tunnel
though.
of champions? Like,
No,
would
actually,
think that
I want to say it is
but that
very
number's
rare
small.
air. Right now, I Googled it, and it's 15 players who have
Wow.
won at all 3
Told
levels.
you.
That's it. 15.
Why you say
That's
50?
it. Wow,
Twan,
15.
you weakened your.
I'm not counting high school. I didn't count high school
Why?
because I just didn't. I'm talking about college and pro. We don't go.
No,
back
we
to
call
high school
all
days.
levels, baby. All levels.
Oh, okay.
Little League when
Okay.
you was 7, 8 years old. High
I
school.
played little league. Yeah.
That's right. It's fire.
I got
For Jackie
33 when it
Robinson
comes
and for
to
Jackie
college
Robinson
and
wins
professional.
too.
Say it again.
33 for college and professional.
Okay, so I mean that number's still smaller than 50.
He's in very rare air.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
You're
saying.
an exclusive
Mr.
group.
That's what I'm saying. No, that I feel good with that.
that's
That's
not
nice
even
like that.
40 players.
Twan's just like this, like salt to the earth. Twan, did you ever get in a fight? Did you ever punch somebody in the upside
Why
your
are you
head?
trying this man for?
He's just so nice. He's a nice guy. Twan is like one of the nicest human beings I've ever met.
But I don't fight, B. I grew up and I had guys fight for me.
Oh, see? That's a boss. From Chicago. That's a Chicago boy.
Boss talk.
He was protected. Hey, don't mess with Twan. He's the one. He's chosen.